KFC Nightly News with Tom Yamas.
And good evening. The city of Minneapolis has been at a boiling point since the deadly confrontation between an ICE officer and Renee Good. Last night, it boiled over once again. These were the scenes in the streets, fierce clashes between protesters and law enforcement, demonstrators throwing objects at police as they fire back with flashbangs and tear gas. Some demonstrators even destroying federal officers' cars. You see that right here. The violence after word spread of an ICE officer shooting and wounding a Venezuelan man in the city. This is the scene that happened after that. The Department of Homeland Security says the officer was ambushed with that man and others jumping him. Now, President Trump is threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act, which would allow the U.S. military to operate inside the city, prompting fierce pushback from the mayor and governor. We begin tonight with Shaquille Brewster.
All right. Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And as always, as the Spirit lead me to say, peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. You hear it, man. You watching. Signs of the times, man. The wording there. Insurrection. Yesterday, so-called ICE agents. Yesterday, so-called people going at it to the point where on the news they say Trump may implement an insurrection act. And you look at just the Google definition of insurrection. It says a violent uprising against an authority or government. All right, and if the president's saying he wants to implement that, what exactly is he saying? This is 2nd Esdras 16:70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, whose name is Yahweh and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. So Lord willing, man, we in Jacob's trouble. This is what we've been waiting on, and Akim been in the spirit. If you have the spirit that I have, you have, you know what time it is. It's moving fast. All right, so all praises to Yahweh Shema Shah. Again, double honors to, these men that labored before us. Starting with Malach, Yahweh Shah. All right, and every brother, that has put his hand to the plow and endured to the end of his mission. This gotta be it feel different. This don't fit. The pandemic was some seer. Now it was something else. It really shook this thing up. But this feel different, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Yahweh Shah, man. You hear it, and I just had opened up. I think they just had dropped that news tonight. And I just had to do it. I just had to drop the epistle through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, because it's beautiful times we living in, man. And it's finna go down, man. So all we got to do is keep the faith, man. This is what we've been waiting on. Akim Akwath finna go home. Lord know. Hey, the brother through the spirit gave me the name Sakar, which means, to observe, man. Lord know Sakar ready to go home. I've been stressing. I know Akim been stressing. Our sister's been stressing, man. We've been hurting for a long time, man. This has got to be it, man. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shah, man. All right. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, and that's a man of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right. And we're coming into a time where we're getting ready to see those who fear the Lord be persecuted. But if we keep our faith, man, the Lord is going to let us shine in the end of this thing, man. Ain't no telling exactly how the Lord finna, do the miracles, do the salvation. We don't know, but we know what he said. We don't know the specifics and the exact details of how he's going to do it. But we got to keep that faith no matter what. And the Lord is finna let us shine again, Arkham. This is beautiful, you know. And again, I know you brothers been stressing, struggling, tired of this weakness, man. You know, so all praises to y'all, Bashim Shah. All we gotta do is just push the line, fellas. You know, we'll manifest what the Lord said in relation to us not shutting our mouth day nor night. All right, we'll get all hands on deck. We'll pray for Arkin. We'll pray for those laborers to the harvest. All right, and we'll fast more. Right, we'll keep on cranking out these epistles through the Spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shah. We'll continue to send curses upon whoever, whatever situation that Yahweh Shema Shah desire, and we'll be home in no time, man. Hey, this thing is moving fast. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, man. All right, let's go to the book of Romans, man. I'll just leave it at that, Lord willing, man. All right, straight to the point. This is Romans 8:35 in relation to that persecution, because remember, insurrection was the word, and the boy said he was gonna execute that insurrection. So he was gonna put the military in these cities. And again, they've been out talking this talk. It feel different this time, right? So we're gonna be persecuted, we're gonna be tried, and not only that, but of course this is Jacob's trouble. There's no telling what we about to see, ladies and gentlemen. Hey man, I've been to war. I'm gonna tell you, brother, straight up, I'm squeamish. I don't like see blood. I don't even like see my own blood. Like, I can handle it through the Spirit of Power Yahweh Shah when it's time to handle it. But, this is finna be like a horror movie. We said all these things, but it's always different, man, when you go through it. Just like when we trained up. Well, actually, I didn't even get a chance when I went to Iraq to train up for Iraq. I went from basic training to AIT, and, they was packing up when I got to my unit. But there is training that happens, man, before, you deploy some specifics. You gotta know, like, convoy operations, how to, rules of engagement, things like that. And I went 3 times, and when I did finally get a chance to train up, let me say, man, it's good to be trained up. All right, but I will say it ain't the same. It ain't the same. But if you are trained up, you will automatically do these things. That's why the Lord say, hey, rehearse these righteous acts. Will automatically have the faith that's required to make it all the way through. It's gonna be crazy. If the Lord not a man that he shall lie, and we know that, man, what we finna see? If it's been a World War I, a World War II, I know Arkham, stay diligent. You ever check these documentaries on this app that we be using? It was a horrible times. The Great Depression that happened to this place that a lot of us are on right now. Terrible time. All right. Even Vietnam, both here in the U.S. and, the men that got sent over there in that mess. Terrible time. The whole Iraq thing, I seen it. Terrible time for, at least those people that went to Iraq and things like that, in Afghanistan. But what we finna see, the Lord not a man that he should lie. I gotta say, this is so beautiful, and that's the spirit. I also wanted to say, seeing that, hearing Trump say that, listening to the Archium, watching these things, having the spirit, continuing to call upon Yahweh Shema Shah, noticing that you're not bugging out. Guess what? The more and more prophecies we see, just straight up, I'm gonna keep it real. Don't it make you feel good to yourself to know that you're not crazy? that you know what I mean? Because just like we say, we hope, we utter hope for elect. Just like we hope that we saying the right thing through the Spirit and power Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. So it make you feel good. It's giving us confidence to see prophecy come to pass. Beautiful time to see this prophecy coming to pass. Also, I mean, it's kind of scary. You know what I mean? We don't want to, fear these things. We want to fear Yahweh Shem Shah, but just keep it real, man. The fear of the unknown. I mean, I've jumped out planes. You know what I mean? Actually, that was actually my main job when I went in, originally, parachute rigger. You know what I mean? That's what the Lord had me doing. Pack parachute, jumped out planes, helicopters, all that, man. Jumping into the fear of the unknown is what we getting ready to do, man. So that's what the Lord had me doing in relation to this great tribulation. Jumping out planes, preparing, going to Iraq, seeing war, learning, so I could tell the Akim, hey, it's crazy out there. My experiences, Akim experiences, they sharing, And it's all gonna come together, and it's all for the benefit of the body. Lord willing, we are those men. And I heard Akim, man, we just in the spirit, all day, every day, we just in it. Just got through listening to some brothers talking about that hopeful elect, but we want to be at that 144,000. Like, and he's mentioned the apostle, Tahar, so that the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? That's what we fighting for. So we got a strong chance, man. We got that hope, very confident because of the things that we see, because of the work that the Lord allow us to do and accomplish, okay? Because of the prophecy that we see, we're having more confidence in that hope that we shall be saved first and foremost, okay? Because that's what's most important. But hey, on top of that, that cherry on top, to be a part of that 144,000, and for the aqua out there, for your husband to be one of them 144,000. All right, first and foremost, if the Lord gave you to that type of spirit, and the Lord gonna work it out. I ain't saying you just, I want a man out of, but you want to elect, man. You want a man of Yahweh Shema Shah, or like I say, or just a man or the Lord's hopeful elect. Period. As a daughter of Zion, that's what you desire. It's about that time. You know what I mean? It's about that time. The Lord not a man that he shall lie. And again, the Wadi Abba Shema Shai, because seeing these prophecies come to pass, and again, seeing yourself not bug out, seeing yourself able to make it through certain situations and trials, as they say, and keep your integrity, still calling upon Yahweh Shema Shai, basically, it gives you strength, confidence, man, that you are not effing crazy. It's so much confusion out here. The Lord got us tunnel vision. It's like we will have to step outside of this to see how they see us. You know what I mean? We see things a certain way, and we see them. But man, it will probably blow our mind to see just how they look at us, how peculiar, the prophets are, the hopeful prophets are, and the helpers of the prophets and the believers of the prophets, which is the Lord's hopeful elect, how they are. It's getting scary, man. So all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, man. Matter of fact, I'll bring this out in Deuteronomy, and I'll leave it at that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Deuteronomy 7:6, man. Yep. For thou art an holy people, set apart, holy means, all right, unto the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. And then we'll stack that with Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art an holy people, set apart unto the Lord thy God, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord have chosen thee to be a peculiar, special, peculiar. Remember, above, we just read, people unto himself. There it is again, above all nations that are upon the earth. Lord willing, we're getting ready to go home and experience living. We haven't breathed in a long time, right? We start to remember who we are. If you really may be called and chosen, we starting to remember. We ain't tasted water in a long time. We ain't had peace in a long time. Curse the day that we went against Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because we learned from this. See, the Lord's hopeful elect, he chastened them. He let them see. He blessed them with Yahweh Shai. All right. Ultimately, to see the error of their ways, learn from Yahweh Shai. Learn the consequences of sin. Learn how to rule. Learn the benefits of it. Learn how to stunt in righteousness, right? You know what I mean? How to abound, how to abase. That's what the scriptures say. We've learned all these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is now showtime. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, these are our last epistles, man. Hey, stay tuned. Shalom.